Welcome, everyone. My name is Lindsay, and we have a yoga practice today that will get the blood moving. We'll have our little flow at the beginning, and then we'll have a nice cool down restorative practice at the end of our class. So, props that we'll be using today, I have with me two blocks and a bolster. If you have something that is similar to that or not similar to that, it's all good. You can use rolled towels, thick pillows, folded blankets, all number of things that just help provide a little bit of softness and support for our cool down practice. But I'll get us into that. We are going to start our practice in a standing posture. So we will make our way to our mat and get ourselves standing here. Okay, so as we get ourselves standing, we're just going to find a little bit of dynamic movement, bringing the hands to the hips. We're just going to sway from side to side, and then we're going to start to draw figure eights with the hips. So we're just taking a little movement here into the hips, just swaying from side to side, noticing as we take these movements if there are any stiff spots or just areas that are experiencing sensation. We'll take those figure eights in the other direction, just being aware of the sensation in the hips, in the legs, in the lower back, maybe in through the knees or the ankles, the feet. Great. Starting to pause that movement. We'll bring the legs fairly parallel to each other, about 2 knuckles distance apart. We'll roll the shoulders forward, up, back, and down, broadening across the collarbones. Taking a moment here to root down into the feet, finding our Tadasana mountain pose. Draw the belly in, feel nice and long here, very tall and strong. Take a nice slow deep breath. And then exhale fully, either sighing it out through the mouth or exhaling through the nose. One more time like that in our standing Tadasana, inhaling fully, fill the belly, fill the chest, breathing up to the collarbones. And then either giving an audible sigh out or just breathing slowly, exhaling through the mouth or the nose. Beautiful. Inhale, reach the arms up overhead, lift the gaze up. And then exhale, draw the hands down through heart center. Beautiful work. Again, like that, inhale, lift the arms up overhead, lift the gaze up. Exhale, draw the hands down through heart center. This time we're going to pause with the hands at heart center, interlace the fingers, squeeze the forearms together, and draw the knuckles underneath the chin. Just kind of nestle them down there. Okay, root down into the feet. As you inhale, lift the elbows up towards the sky. Stretching in through the arms, the shoulders, the side body. And as you exhale, tilt the head back, sigh it out, squeeze the forearms together. Inhale, bring the head back to neutral, lift the elbows up nice and high. Exhale, tilt the head back, sigh it out. 2 more times like that. Inhale, bring the head back to neutral, lift the elbows up nice and high. Exhale, tilt the head back, sigh it out. Last one, inhale. And exhale. Great job. Bring the head back to neutral. Release the hands back down by the sides. Roll the shoulders forward, up, back, and down. Great job. From here, starting to windmill ourselves around, swinging the arms around back behind us. Finding that twist into the spine, maybe using those hands for a gentle massage as they kind of smack into your back and your waist. Great job. Starting to pause that movement. Coming back to stillness. Rolling the shoulders again, forward, up, back, and down. We'll inhale, reach the arms up overhead. So imagining that we're holding onto a big beach ball, or if you'd like today, you can bring the palms together and overlap the thumbs. We're going to continue to draw the shoulders down away from the ears. Keep the belly drawn in. Slowly tip the hands, tip the beach ball over towards the left side of the mat. Push the hips over towards the right. Feel the feet equally weighted down into the floor. Keep that belly drawn in. Keep breathing. Maybe gaze up. Use your exhale, slowly rise yourself all the way back up. Beautiful. Keep that belly engaged. Slowly tip the hands over towards the right side of the mat. Push the hips over towards the left. Ground down into the feet. Keep the belly engaged. Keep that breath moving nice and steady and slow. Draw the belly in. Exhale, rise yourself back up. Release the arms. Roll the shoulders forward, up, back, and down. Great job. Taking those movements one more time. Inhale, lift the arms up overhead. Either again, catching that beach ball or placing the hands together and overlapping the thumbs. Keep the belly drawn in. As you exhale, slowly tip the hands over towards the left, push the hips over towards the right, taking an extra little breath here. So really plant down in through those feet. Keep that core engaged. Nice, slow, deep breath here. Great job. Use that core strength. Exhale, rise yourself back up to standing. Take an inhale to prepare. Exhale, switch sides. Push the hands over towards the right. Hips go towards the left. Root down into the feet, making any adjustments there in the weight distribution. Nice, slow, deep breath here. Breathing in and out. Draw the belly in. Exhale, rise yourself all the way back up. Beautiful. Release the hands. Now we're going to bring the hands back behind the hips, interlacing the fingers behind the hips. Draw the knuckles down, starting to move into our back bend. Push the hips forward. Start to shine the chest forward. Start to tilt the gaze up towards the sky. Little gentle back bend here at the beginning. Take a deep breath. And exhale, rise yourself back up to neutral. Keep the hands bound here. Gentle bend in the knees, moving into our forward fold. As you exhale, slowly lower the torso down, nice and slow. Lifting the knuckles up towards the sky. Let the head hang nice and heavy here. See about waking up those shoulders, a little openness here. Nice, slow, deep breath in and out. Great job. Bring the hands back to the hips. Press into the feet, gentle bend in the knees. As you exhale, slowly ragdoll yourself all the way back up to standing. Release the bind of the hands. Roll the shoulders again, forward, up, back, and down. Beautiful work. Getting ourselves all nice and warmed up. We're going to take some modified sun salutations to warm ourselves up before we come into rest in our restorative practice. So we'll take a step towards the back of the mat. Finding our Tadasana mountain pose again. Reach the fingers down towards the floor, press into the feet, grounding down through the feet. Inhale, lift the arms up overhead, lift the gaze up. Exhale, forward fold. Either they're swan diving or bringing the hands down through heart center, coming down into our forward fold, our Uttanasana. Bring the hands towards the shins. Inhale, rise up halfway, lengthening through the spine, drawing the belly in, pushing the hips and the head in opposite directions. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise yourselves all the way back up to standing, stacking vertebrae on top of vertebrae. Arms come up, gaze up. Exhale, hands come down through heart center. Excellent. One more time like that. Inhale, lift the arms, lift the gaze. Exhale, forward fold. Hands come towards the shins. Inhale, rise up halfway. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise up. Stacking vertebrae on top of vertebrae. Arms come up, gaze up. Exhale, hands come down through heart center. Beautiful. Adding on to that. Inhale, lift the arms, lift the gaze. Exhale, open up the arms, swan dive forward, hinge from the hips. Bring the hands towards the shins. Inhale, rise up halfway. Exhale, forward fold. Now bringing enough of a bend into the knees that you can plant the hands at the mat. We're going to walk the hands out towards the top of the mat, meeting up in our plank pose. The wrists underneath the shoulders, the hips in line with the shoulders. Feel nice and strong there in through the core. As you exhale, bend the knees down towards the floor, bend the elbows, lower the chest all the way down towards the floor, coming to rest on our belly. Hands underneath the armpit area, squeeze the muscles of the glutes. Inhale, press into the palms, rise up into low cobra. Excellent work. Exhale, slowly lower the chest all the way back down towards the floor. Plant the knees into the ground, press into the palms. Exhale, rising all the way back up to our tabletop. Tuck the toes back behind you. Exhale, push the hips up towards the sky, coming into our downward facing dog. Go ahead and take a moment here in our down dog, pedaling the feet left and right. Stretching out the backs of the legs. And we're going to start to walk the feet up towards the hands, taking a few steps towards the top of the mat, meeting back up in our forward fold. Nice softness here in through the knees, little dangle in through the torso. Connecting with your breath, just slowing things down again. We'll bring the hands towards the shins. Inhale, rise up halfway, lengthen through the spine. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise ourselves all the way back up through standing, stacking vertebrae on top of vertebrae, arms come up, gaze up. Exhale, hands come down through heart center. Again, like that from the top of the mat. Inhale, reach the arms up overhead, lift the gaze up. Exhale, open up the arms, swan dive forward, hinge from the hips. Bring the hands towards the shins. Inhale, rise up halfway. Exhale, forward fold. Bend the knees enough, plant the hands at the top of the mat. Start to walk the feet back behind you, coming again into our plank pose. Legs extend out nice and long, belly draws in. Take a breath here. And then as you exhale, bend the knees down towards the floor, bend the elbows, lower the chest all the way down towards the floor, nice and slow. Extend the legs out nice and long with the hands underneath the armpit area. Press into the palms. Inhale, rise up for our low cobra. Exhale, soften and release the chest back down towards the floor. Press into the knees, press into the palms. Exhale, rise back up to table and tuck the toes back behind you. Push the hips up towards the sky, coming into our downward facing dog. Beautiful. Go ahead and pedal the feet again, left and right. Wonderful. Starting to walk the feet again up towards the hands, taking a few steps forward, meeting back up in our forward fold. Nice softness in the knees, taking some time here, maybe grabbing opposite elbows, a gentle sway from side to side. Nice, slow, deep breath. Beautiful. Starting to pause that sway, releasing opposite elbows, bring the hands towards the shins, draw the belly in, inhale, rise up halfway, lengthening through the spine. Reach the head and the tailbone in opposite directions, and exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise ourselves all the way back up through standing, stacking vertebrae on top of vertebrae, arms come up, gaze up. Exhale, hands come down through heart center. Great work. That's 2 rounds of our sun salutation A. Go ahead and release the hands down by the side. We're just going to take a few breaths in our standing Tadasana mountain pose, rooting down in through the feet, connecting again with the breath, feeling the sensations of the body. Take this time to observe how the feet feel, how the legs feel, the belly and the back, the shoulders, the arms, the hands, the neck, how the breath is moving in and out. And then tune in to the movement of your mind. Just noticing here, taking an inventory. Take a nice, slow, deep breath. Inhale, lift the arms up overhead. And exhale, draw the hands down through heart center. We're going to take that sun salutation and we're going to add on to it, moving through a modified sun salutation B. Release the hands back down towards the floor. Roll the shoulders back and down. Take an inhale. And as you exhale, bend the knees, sit the hips back, lift the arms up overhead, finding our chair pose, rooting down into the feet. Draw the belly in. Exhale, forward fold, straightening the knees, lower the torso down over the legs. Bring the hands towards the shins. Inhale, rise up halfway, lengthen through the spine. Exhale, forward fold. Bend the knees enough that you can plant the hands at the top of the mat. We're going to step the feet back again, coming into our plank pose. Take as many steps as you would like to get into your plank. Beautiful work. Nice length in the spine, keeping the belly engaged. And then as you exhale, bend the knees, bend the elbows, lower the chest all the way back down towards the floor. Press into the palms. Inhale, rise up for that low cobra. Exhale, lower yourself back down. Press into the palms, press into the knees. As you exhale, rising up into our tabletop position. Pausing here in our tabletop. This is where our modified sun salutation B comes in. So from here, from table, we're going to kick the right heel up towards the sky. And then exhale, draw that right knee into the chest. Squeeze it in. We're going to plant that right foot onto the mat and then heel toe it up towards the hands. So as you're ready, once the foot is up there, we're going to slowly start to walk the hands up towards that right knee, rising ourselves up into our low lunge. Inhale to reach the arms up overhead, pushing the hips forward, getting that stretch in through the left hip flexor. Take a nice, slow, deep breath. Beautiful work. Draw the hands back down through heart center. Hinge forward again from the hips. Plant the hands down onto the floor. Draw that right knee back with the left. Tuck the toes back behind you. Exhale. Lengthen back out into our plank pose. Press into the mat. Beautiful work. Lower the knees back down towards the floor. Bend the elbows. Lower the chest all the way back down towards the floor. Taking that half push up. Lengthen the legs out. Push into the palms. Inhale. Rise up. Low cobra. Exhale. Slowly soften and release the torso back down. Push into the palms. Push into the knees. Exhale. Rise back up into tabletop. Taking our low lunge on the other side, kick that left heel up towards the sky. Exhale, draw the knee in towards the chest. Squeeze it in, round the back. Plant that left foot at the mat and then heel toe it forward towards the hands. From here, slowly walking the hands up towards that left knee, working ourselves into our low lunge. Slowly reach the arms up overhead. Push the hips forward just a little bit more. Take a nice, slow, deep breath here. Feeling that stretch in the right hip flexor. Great job. Hands come back down through heart center, hinging forward from the hips. Plant the hands back down onto the floor. Extend that left leg, left knee back behind you. Coming into our plank pose again. Tuck the toes. Lift the knees. Lengthen through the spine. Feel nice and long into the back of the body. Nice, slow, deep breath here. Exhale, bend the knees down towards the floor, bend the elbows, lower the chest all the way back down towards the floor. Lengthen the legs out, push into the palms. Inhale, rise up, low cobra. Exhale, soften and release the chest back down towards the floor. Press into the palms, press into the knees. Exhale, rise up into table. Tuck the toes back behind you, push the hips up towards the sky into our downward facing dog. Take a breath. We'll take 3 breaths here in our down dog. So if it feels nice to pedal the feet out, you're welcome to do that. Or just find some stillness, focusing on the breath, moving in and out nice and slow in our down dog. Beautiful. As you inhale, lift the gaze up towards the fingers. And as you exhale, begin to walk the feet back up towards the hands. Finding our forward fold, taking as much of a bend in the knees as you would like. Maybe grabbing opposite elbows again. Beautiful work. Releasing opposite elbows. Bring the hands towards the shins. Inhale, rise up halfway. Lengthening the spine, straightening the legs. And then exhale the forward fold. Bend the knees, sit the hips back, draw the belly in. Inhale, rise up into chair pose, reach the arms up. And exhale, rise to stand. Hands come through heart center. Beautiful. That was one of our sun salutation B's modified. So we took table into a low lunge for that first round. For the second round, I'm going to give us the option of moving from upward or downward facing dog into our warrior 1. So it just means that our knees don't lower down onto the floor. So you can always take that first version where the knees were planted down onto the ground, moving into our low lunge, or you can take the downward facing dog into warrior, which I'll give options for. Standing at the top of the mat, release the hands back down towards the floor. Take a nice slow deep inhale. And as you exhale, bend the knees, sitting down into chair pose, reach the arms up overhead. Inhale. Exhale, coming into our forward fold. Soften and release the torso over the legs, releasing the body down. Bring the hands towards the shins. Inhale, rise up halfway, lengthening through the spine. Exhale, forward fold. Bend the knees and up, plant the hands at the top of the mat. Step the feet towards the back of the mat, finding plank pose. For the second round, you're welcome to keep the knees lifted or lower the knees down and bend the elbows, lower the chest all the way down towards the floor. Untuck the toes. Inhale, press into the palms, either taking our low cobra or pressing into the palms more, lifting the hips and finding our upward facing dog. Exhale, lower yourself all the way back down towards the floor. Tuck the toes back behind you as you exhale, rising up, maybe through table or maybe lifting the hips all the way up towards the sky into our downward facing dog. So again, options, you can stay in table and make the transition into our low lunge on the right side. Or if you're in upward facing dog and you'd like to try the transition to warrior one, slowly lift the right heel up towards the sky. And as you exhale, draw that right knee in towards the chest, round the back, swing that right knee forward and plant the right foot up towards the top of the mat, up towards the hands. Maybe taking a few little heel toes of that foot forward. Lower the back heel down towards the floor. Draw the belly in, slowly walk the hands up towards that right knee, finding your balance. Square the hips off towards the short edge of the mat, and as you inhale, reach the arms up overhead. Nice deep bend in that front knee in our warrior one, little tuck the tailbone, draw the belly in, lengthen through the spine. Nice slow deep breath. Again, you can be in warrior one or you can be in that low lunge. Beautiful. Draw the hands back down through heart center. We're going to hinge forward again from the hips, lower the torso back down towards the floor. Press the palms into the ground. Bring that right leg back, meeting everyone back up in our plank pose. So if you took the knees down variation, find plank for a moment. Then as you exhale, lower yourself all the way back down towards the floor. So either by bending the knees and taking a half push-up or bending the elbows and lowering down through Chaturanga Dandasana. Resting on the tummy, extend the legs out back behind you. As you inhale, either finding the low cobra, pushing into the palms, or pressing in just a little bit more, lifting the hips, finding our upward facing dog. Exhale, lower everything back down onto the floor. With the next exhale, rising up, either again into table or tucking the toes and lifting the hips up towards the sky into downward facing dog. Great work. So if you're in table, making the transition into our low lunge, or if you're in downward facing dog, slowly lift the left heel up towards the sky, draw the left knee in towards the chest, rock forward on the wrist, round the back, plant that left foot up towards the top of the mat. Take a few little heel toes of the foot to get it up there towards the hands. Lower the back heel down towards the floor, press into the feet, draw the belly in, slowly walk the hands up towards that left knee. Finding our warrior one, square the hips off towards the short edge of the mat, draw the belly in, reach the arms up overhead. Nice, slow, deep breath. Feeling grounded, supported. Beautiful. Feeling that heartbeat, the breath move in and out. Draw the hands back down through heart center. Hinge forward from the hips. Lower the torso all the way back down towards the floor. Plant the palms. Release that left leg back, finding our momentary plank pose. Great job. Lower yourself all the way back down towards the floor, either bending the knees or lowering down through our Chaturanga Dandasana with the knees lifted. Untuck the toes, hands underneath the armpits. Press into the palms, either low cobra again or upward facing dog. Exhale, lower everything back down onto the floor. Take an inhale to prepare. Exhale, making our way into table or to downward facing dog. Tucking the toes, pushing the hips up towards the sky. Beautiful work. We'll take 3 breaths in this down dog or in this table, wherever you are. Nice, slow, deep breath, letting the head maybe hang here. Nodding the head, yes and no, maybe. Beautiful work. We'll bring the gaze back up towards the fingers this time. Slowly lower the knees down towards the floor, untuck the toes, rock back into child's pose. Sinking down, stretch the arms out, lengthen through the spine. Take a nice, slow, deep breath. As you exhale, start to walk the hands over towards the left side of the mat. Grab onto that right wrist. Giving a stretch in through the side body. Really pull on that right arm, stretching out the side. Nice, slow, deep breath. Great work. Releasing that right arm. Walk the hands over towards the right side of the mat. Grab onto that left wrist. Stretch out the left side of the body. Great. Bring the hands back to center. Press the hands back towards the knees, rise ourselves back up to seated over the knees. Take a moment here, just a breath. Now as you exhale, extend the legs out in front of you. Finding our Dandasana staff pose, flex the toes up towards the sky, hands come down by the hips, belly draws in, collarbones nice and broad, nice slow deep breath in our Dandasana. Starting to transition into our twists. Bend the right knee, pull the right heel up towards the right sitting bone. Grabbing onto that knee, draw the belly in, inhale, lengthen the spine, growing just a little taller. And as you exhale, twist over towards the right. Wrap the left elbow around the right knee. Right hand comes back behind the hips. Press into that hand, that right hand, lengthen the spine. And as you exhale, find a little extra twist. Twisting over to that right, gazing over the right shoulder. Beautiful. Slowly starting to unwind. Exhaling. Grabbing again onto that knee. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, twisting over towards the left. Wrap the right elbow around the right knee. Left hand comes back behind the body. Push into that left hand. Lengthen the spine, growing just a little taller. Exhale, gazing over that left shoulder. Fantastic. Slowly releasing the twist. Coming back through center, extend the right leg out, nice and long. And then switching sides, bend the left knee, pull the left heel in towards the left sitting bone. Grab onto the shin, inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, twist again over towards the left. Wrap the right elbow around the left knee. Left hand comes back behind the body, push into that left hand, lengthen the spine. So you exhale, start to bring the gaze maybe over towards that left shoulder. Great job. As you exhale, slowly unwind the twist, pass back through center. Use your inhale to grab onto the knee and lengthen the spine. Exhale to start to twist over towards the right, wrapping onto that elbow with the left hand. Right hand comes back behind the hips, push into the right hand, help lengthen the spine. And exhale to twist just a little deeper. Wonderful work. Slowly unwinding, passing back through center. Release that left leg out in front of you. Flex the toes again towards the sky. Hands come down by the sides in our Dandasana staff pose. Keep the belly engaged. Inhale, reach the arms up overhead, moving into our forward fold. Take a gentle bend in the knees as you exhale, hinge forward from the hips, reach the hands forward. I'm going to plant the hands outside the shins, push into the palms. Inhale, shine the chest forward, lift the gaze up. Exhale to soften and release. Lowering the torso down over the legs. Let the head be nice and heavy. Take a nice few deep breaths here, just in your edge, not pushing yourself too hard, not taking it too easy, but finding that space where, there's a little bit of effort and a little bit of ease. Great work. Slowly drawing the belly in, begin to ragdoll yourself all the way back up to seated. Roll the shoulders forward, up, back and down, broadening across the collarbones. Great job. Bend the knees, bring the sitting bones just a little closer towards the heels with the knees planted up towards the sky. Grab on behind the backs of the thighs, moving into our seated cat-cow. As you inhale, push the chest forward, lift the gaze up. As you exhale, draw the belly in round, gaze towards the navel. Inhale, rock the belly forward, lift the gaze up. Exhale to round, gazing again towards the navel. Last time, inhale, lift up, look up. And exhale, round. Wonderful work, bringing yourself back to neutral. We're going to get ourselves set up for our restorative practice. So I'll be demonstrating bringing one block over towards the left side of the mat, kind of by the hips, block on the a low setting at the back of the mat. And I'll place this bolster over that low block. So I create a bit of a ramp here. It's kind of a low ramp today. We'll take it kind of easy here for our restorative practice. I invite you, if you'd like, to grab a blanket or to put some warm socks on, maybe an extra sweater, just something that allows you to feel nice and cozy and comfortable. We're going to want to come into these positions. We'll be holding each of these for 6-7 minutes. And so the blood kind of cools as we're resting in these postures. So I invite you to get all the things that might be helpful in staying just extra cozy and comfortable, just gathering all those tools. Wonderful. And as we're ready, we'll bring the hips to touch the bolster. I'm not sitting on the bolster, but my hips are touching there. And I'm going to slowly lower my torso down over the bolster. You might find that having an extra pillow supporting the head would feel nice here, or maybe some extra supports underneath the arms if your elbows can't quite rest on the ground. Getting the spine nice and comfortable here, nice and long. The sitting bones, again, are resting on the floor, but the sacrum is supported by the bolster. You're going to lengthen out the right leg. And we're going to bend the left knee and slowly open that left knee out to rest on maybe the block. Maybe you're finding you don't want or need a block on that left side, but not coming into our deepest variation. So if you find that you're settling into our supine tree without the block, but you can experience sensation and opening feeling in that hip, I invite you to bring a block or a pillow underneath that left knee, just as we'll be here for about 7 minutes. That sensation will slowly build over time. So we don't need to, again, get into our deepest supine tree. Taking any of the wiggles or the fidgets that just help you become a little bit more comfortable, maybe stretching out the toes, flexing and pointing the feet, and then letting the feet be nice and soft. Finding a comfortable position for the arms, maybe the palms up, maybe the palms down, just kind of feel them both out. Get yourself settled in the shoulders. You can close the eyes here. We'll be resting here. We'll start to bring our awareness to our breath. Feeling the breath move in and out through the nose. Nice, slow, deep breaths. Slowing it down. I'll lead us through 3 rounds of a breathwork practice, our pranayama, called Viloma, and it is a 3-part exhale. So we'll be taking a large, deep inhale, and then retaining the breath at the top, and then exhaling out 1/3 of the breath, and 2/3 of the breath, and then exhaling completely. Taking 3 rounds of that. Starting by exhaling out all the breath through the nose or through the mouth. Inhale fully, expand the belly, and fill the chest, breathing up to the collarbones. Pausing at the top of the inhale. Exhale, release 1/3 of the breath. Exhale, release 2/3 of the breath. Exhale completely. Inhale fully, fill the belly, fill the chest. Pause at the top. Exhale 1/3 of the breath. Exhale 2/3 of the breath. Exhale completely. One more guided round. Inhale fully, fill the belly, fill the chest. Pause at the top. Exhale 1/3. Exhale 2/3. Exhale completely. Continue with 3 more rounds of this Viloma 3-part breath on your own, at your own pace. Finishing up your final round here if you haven't already. And as you do, coming back to a long, slow, deep inhale and exhale through the nose. Feeling the breath. Soften and release any muscle engagement. We'll begin to transition to our other side of this supine tree. Slowly, gently help that left knee back up towards the sky, and then bend the right knee to meet up with it. We'll bring the block or the pillow, whatever support you are using on the left side, over toward the right, and then extend the left leg out nice and long. Slowly open that right knee out. Just noticing if there's a difference in openness between the two sides and making any adjustments that allow you to rest comfortably in this position without feeling almost any sensation of stretch. Continue to breathe steady and slow. And as we rest on this second side, I invite you to create a dedication or an intention. A heartfelt desire or sankalpa for our practice, maybe for our day or for our week, maybe for the coming year. Using positive language and the present tense, using statements like I am or it is. Allow yourself to come to your sankalpa or your dedication naturally. Maybe it's something that you've been working with. Maybe it's something that's new for today. And as you arrive at this sankalpa, this heartfelt dedication, just enjoy the sensation of that dedication, that heartfelt desire being present, being active, being with you already. Not something that's in the future, not something that we have to work towards or strive to. We're just allowing ourselves to feel like it is already here. And we'll take the rest of our practice just to bask in that sensation that our heartfelt desire is already with us, already surrounding us, whatever it might be, that it is already present, just feeling what that's like. Feeling a body that is rested and healthy and whole. Feeling a community, a planet that is peaceful and joyous, whatever your sankalpa might be. Feel yourself resting. Nice, slow, deep breaths. Slowly starting to make our way out of this side. Begin to lift that right knee up and bend the left knee to join it. Taking a moment here with the knees up towards the sky. Take a nice slow deep breath And as you exhale, lower both knees over to the left side of the mat. We're going to roll over to place our tummy on the bolster. So the knees come over towards the left. I'm going to use the hands to help support the chest as we lower ourselves back down, resting on the left cheek. Hands come down by the side. We're coming into deer pose. So you can keep the knees bent like this, tucked in, kind of like a fetal position on our tummy, or you can extend the right leg out long. So you've got a gentle twist here. Get yourself settled in, feeling nice and comfortable. Begin to feel the breath on the back side of the body. Open and expand. And then allow yourself to come back to that dedication or intention. Allow yourself to make any adjustments to become just a little bit more comfortable. Again, maybe a wiggling of the toes to settle the legs in. The hands might rest with the forearms on the ground, or maybe you'll bring the hands to make some other shape. And then allow yourself to sink into deep, restful comfort. Allow the mind to keep daydreaming about your dedication or intention. If it starts to wander away into the practicalities, or maybe starting to plan the rest of your day or revisit anything from your past, just continue to draw your mind's eye back to that beautiful dedication or intention, just feeling it present and active. scan the body for any areas where you can become just a little bit more comfortable, where you can soften or relax just a little bit more. Take a nice, slow, deep inhale. And exhale completely. Inhaling again fully. And then exhaling to press into the palms, slowly lifting the torso up off the mat. And make our way over onto the other side, untwisting. Bringing the hips again to the base of the bolster. And lowering the knees over towards the right side of the mat. Bringing the hands to either side of the bolster. And slowly lowering the torso down again, resting on the right cheek. You can choose to keep the knees bent or extend the left leg out. Finding our deer pose, taking that moment just to become a little bit more comfortable. And then settling in. Take your time. Slowly take a nice deep breath, inhaling and exhaling fully. Another nice, slow, deep inhale. And using your exhale to slowly, gently lift yourself up off the bolster. Rising yourself back up to seated. Take a nice, slow, deep breath. Staying nice and calm. We're going to take the bolster back behind us and lay it down parallel to the short edge of the mat. So just a little arranging of the orientation. So it's kind of like a big pillow there. We're going to use this bolster underneath our legs as we come to rest in our Shavasana. So we've got our supported Shavasana. I like the bolster to support both my knees and my calves. And for this Shavasana, I invite you to open the knees out a little wider, bringing the heels maybe towards each other to touch. So kind of a supported bound angle pose in our Shavasana. If this is not a shape that you really feel like doing today, you can keep the legs parallel-ish or wide on the bolster, kind of a wide-legged Shavasana. I'm feeling the bound angle, or the gentle bound angle for our final resting posture. As you get the legs comfortable, go ahead and lower yourself down onto the floor. Bringing the hands down by the sides, palms face the ceiling. Maybe the hands come to rest on the belly and the chest. Maybe the arms open up into cactus arms or extend overhead, just finding a shape that feels comfortable to sustain for the remaining about 12 minutes of class. Now taking some time to settle in, getting yourself comfortable. Taking a few slow, deep breaths to settle in. Lengthening the spine. Feeling the breath move in and out. Allowing yourself to feel supported, to feel comfortable. And we'll lead us through a Metta Meditation. It is a loving kindness meditation brought to us by the Tibetan Buddhism practices. We're feeling that connection, that rhythm of your breath. Just allow it to move in and out at a slow, comfortable rhythm. And begin to picture someone or something that embodies loving kindness. This might be a loved one. It might be a cherished pet. It might be your favorite place in nature. Just feel that loving kindness radiate off of it and onto you. You'll picture yourself in your mind's eye, being deeply aware of the person you are. Feeling both your physical body resting in this space and feeling your emotional body, feeling your mental body, just feeling yourself. And feel that loving kindness surround you. Feeling that loving kindness just embrace you and appreciate who you are, who you've been, and who you are becoming. As that loving kindness radiates around you and through you, repeat to yourself mentally, may I be happy and peaceful. May I be healthy and strong. May I be safe and protected. May I live with ease. Just feeling that loving kindness saturate you. Now, we'll begin to share this loving kindness beyond ourselves. So, picturing someone that is close to you, someone that you love, a friend, a child, a partner, whoever. And allow that image of this person to become very detailed, very rich. Sitting them down in front of you or near you. We'll mentally speak to these people, this person, like we're speaking to them in real life. And tell them, may you be happy and peaceful. May you be healthy and strong. May you be safe and protected. May you live with ease. Allow that love to radiate to them and surrounds them and you both. And then allow this person to stand up and walk away. We'll next bring to mind someone that you have neutral feelings about. This might be someone that you casually run into from time to time. It could be someone working at the local grocery store, whoever it might be, a neighbor. Again, visualize that person. Allow them to sit or stand near you. And share with them that loving kindness. Offering them these words, mentally repeat. May you be happy and peaceful. May you be healthy and strong. May you be safe and protected. May you live with ease. Feeling that loving kindness, again, just radiates, surrounding them, surrounding you. And then thank this person and allow them to stand and walk away. Next, we'll bring to mind a person that we have some negative feelings or emotions about. This might be someone that we know personally, or maybe just someone that we've heard about. If this person is too challenging, I invite you to select someone maybe that's less challenging, or to imagine this person as a small child. Allow them to sit near you. And allow that feeling of loving kindness to radiate towards them and surround them as well. Taking a deep inhale, mentally offering them these words. May you be happy and peaceful. May you be healthy and strong. May you be safe and protected. May you live with ease. Allowing that loving kindness to radiate around them and through them, around yourself. And then allow that person to stand and walk away. Come back to your breath. Feeling that loving kindness radiate through you and around you. We'll begin to send this loving kindness to all beings. So starting by picturing your friends and your family, and then all their friends, all their family, and on, feeling that kind of connection of beings expand outward. Spreading that loving kindness over all beings, human, plants, animals. Expanding that loving kindness to the earth itself. Expanding that loving kindness to the moon and our sun, all the stars. Expanding that loving kindness to the edges of our galaxy, to the far reaches of our universe. Feeling that loving kindness just reach all those areas faster than the speed of light. And offering to all these beings, may we be happy and peaceful. May we be healthy and strong. May we be safe and protected. May we live with ease. Feeling that loving kindness, that connection to all beings, all of life. Feeling that energy radiate through you and around you. Knowing that it is always available. We'll finish up our Metta meditation by silently, mentally repeating to ourselves the word Om or home. Taking an inhale and mentally saying Om or home. Taking a deep inhale and slowly, gently bringing a little bit of movement back into your fingers and your toes. Starting to roll out the wrists and wiggle the toes, pointing and flexing the feet. Stretching the arms up overhead as you inhale. And exhaling to draw yourself into a little ball. Drawing the knees in towards the chest, giving yourselves a nice big hug. Gentle rocking from side to side if that feels all right. And then without any rush, without any effort, we'll make our way over onto our side body. And then helping ourselves up into a comfortable seated posture. The eyes can stay closed or the gaze softly lowered. Taking a moment to check in with your physical body, your mental body, and your emotional body. We'll take an inhale together, lifting the arms up overhead. And exhale, draw the hands down through heart center. May our practice be of benefit to all beings. Thank you, and namaste.